Hi students, 12th standard Computer Application Chapter 3 Introduction to Database Management System. Today we are going to learn about MySQL administration, open source software tools and database designing, and next one is some basic SQL commands. Now let us start with some types of software tools. So, many open source tools are available in a market. It is mainly used to design a databases. The most commonly used tool is the most commonly used and popular web administration tool is PHP MyAdmin. Then, the popular desktop application tools are MySQL Workbench, and next one is Std SQL. Now let us discuss one by one. The first one is PHP MyAdmin. It is a web admin tool. This administrative tool of MySQL is a web application written in PHP. So PHP is a server-side scripting language, and then they are used predominantly in web hosting. Then the main feature is providing a web interface, importing a data from CSV and exporting data to various file formats. So already we know that CSV means it is a comma separated files, and then it generates a live charts for monitoring SQL server and activities like connections, process, memory usage, everything. It also helps in the marketing the complex queries easier. Some difficult condition we can solve easily. And the next one is MySQL Workbench. It is a desktop application. It is a database tool and used by developers and DBAs mainly for visualization. Then this tool helps in data modeling and development of SQL and server configuration, etc. Next one is Std SQL. It is also a desktop application. This is an open source tool. It helps administrator for a better database system. It supports GUI. Already we know that GUI means graphical user interface. Then this feature is for monitoring server host and server connection and database tables, etc. Now next we are going to start with designing a database. The process of creating, implementing and maintaining the data in a system is called designing a database. So to design a database we need some best application database softwares. So MySQL is the best software for designing the database. Create a conceptual design. That means it is the primary goal to create a database. We need to follow some conditions, that is creation of a database, tables, columns, data types, etc. So next we are going to start with create a database. So to create a database, here we need to follow three major parts, that is table, and next one is second one is queries, and next one is view. So these three are important part in to create a database. The first one is tables. So table, it is similar to Excel sheet, okay. Then it contains a multiple rows and columns. It contains multiple rows and columns. The combination of rows and columns is called tables. So each row is called a record and each column is called attributes. Then second one is queries. So already we know that query means it is a condition. So it is a question with the multiple conditions posted to the database. Next, the records in the database that satisfies the past conditions are retrieved. Next one is views. View means a set of stored queries. Just we are going to see. The next one is example to create and store the database present details. Okay. So this is the example. MySQL create database, and then here we need to give a table database name. Then second one is if we give this condition, the system automatically produce query OK, one row affected. One row affected. Then second line is MySQL use So what is the meaning of this first line? Means it is used to create a database. Then second, use database means what we created just we are going to use. So this is called use database. And then so the system will display a database changed. That is, it is ready for work process.
MySQL installation. So to install a MySQL, you need to download exam server software from internet. Then this is your exam server welcome window. Here we need to click a next button. The next we need to select the required component along with the MySQL component and click a next button. The next one is we need to choose installation folder and click next button. At last, finally, it is ready to install.
Now we are going to discuss about some basic SQL commands, that is create, drop and select a database. So now let us see one by one. The first one is a create command. Create a database. So it is used to create a new SQL database. And then just for example, first let us see the syntax. Create database and database name, and always end with semicolon. Now example. Create database. So here we should give some name for the database. For example, if I am going to create a database about student, means I am going to give student, STUD. So this is the step to create a new database. So after creating a database, we need to view the database. So for that syntax is MySQL use a database name, for example student. So this command is used to view the table, okay, database. Then next second one is drop a database. Already we know that what is the use of drop command? It is used to delete. Drop command. So it is used to remove any existing SQL. So it is used to remove the content, okay, remove the tables. Then the syntax of this to drop command, the syntax is drop database, and next one is a database name. For example, if I want to remove the same student, if I want to remove a student table means draw database student. So it is understood. Just I am going to remove the student database. And the next one is the deleted database will not be viewed. So once if we delete a database, we cannot view. Okay, when we list all the database using the syntax show database. So if I use a show database, the deleted contents are not displayed. The next one is a select database. Select database. So it is used for to view the database. So the command of syntax of select database is use database name. For example, use student. So here we can view once the database is selected, multiple operations are performed per the needs of the application. That means if we want to insert rows and columns, we will add rows and columns, whatever it is, to perform all these operations using this command. So dear students, today we learned how to install a MySQL server and then next some basic SQL commands. I hope you all are understand. Thank you students.